The ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delayed Tahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. Workshop on protecting food safety in Asmara conducted. Week of students at Warsai Ka'ala School. Israeli airstrikes killed 32 in South Gaza and calling for civilians to flee. And Philippines Marcos meets with Chinese Xi to find ways to reduce South China Sea tensions. On our local news, a workshop on protecting food safety was conducted in Asmara on 16th and 17th November. More than 100 farmers from all around the nation, dairy farmers, and members of the Livestock and Crops Corporation and Eritrea's Women Agribusiness Association attended the workshop that was arranged by the Ministry of Agriculture. The Director General of Regulatory and Inspection Service, Mr. Talab Misgana, stated that it is a duty of all relevant institutions to ensure food safety, and he urged on increasing involvement in the endeavor, indicating that the workshop is the continuation of the ongoing public education campaigns on significance of food safety for both humans and animals. The workshop's coordinator, Mr. Tesfahiwat Gabratinsae, stated that anticipation and major contribution from the workshop in achieving the goal. The head of the Livestock Resources in Gashbarka region, Mr. Saara Abraham, urged the public to heed and counsel on agricultural experts and refrain from using dangerous pesticides. The participants, for their part, held lengthy discussions and adopted a number of recommendations, including tightening regulation on pesticides and cross-border packed foods. Sawa Warsai Ka'ala School hosted Students' Week, which was arranged by the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students Branch of Higher Education Institutions. The Students' Week included artistic and educational competitions and other programs. The Sawa National Service Training Center Commander, Colonel Devasai Gede, urged increased involvement and contribution to the endeavor of the developed, capable, and productive youth who uphold the noble societal ideal and who can contribute in the process of the nation building. Speaking at the event, Mr. Saleh Ahmeddin, Chairman of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, stated that youth were able to recognize their skills thanks to the large part of the Students' Week, and that is something that goes well beyond contests and prizes. Awardees has been handed out to the winners of several competitions during the event. The viewers will be back with the international news shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Israeli airstrikes on residential blocks in South Gaza killed at least 32 Palestinians on Saturday, medics said, after Israel again warned civilians to relocate as it grids of an assault on Hamas in enclaves south after subdividing the north. Such an offensive could compel hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who fled south from the Israeli storming of Gaza City to move again, along with residents of Khan Yunis, a city more than 400,000, compounding and dire humanitarian crisis. Israel vowed to annihilate the Hamas militant group that controls the Gaza Strip after its October 7th rampage in Israel, which its fighters killed 1,200 people and dragged 240 hostages in enclave, according to Israeli tallies. Since then, Israel has bombed much in Gaza City and enclave's urban core to rumble orders and depopulations of the northwestern half in the narrow stripes and displace around the two-thirds of the Gaza 2.3 million Palestinians. Many of those who have fled fear their homelessness could become permanent. On our last news, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. met with Chinese President Xi Jinping on Friday, seeking ways to come up with ways to reduce tensions in South China Sea and restore Filipino fishermen's access to fish in the grounds. The Filipino and Chinese president needs to continue to communicate with the meeting to key part of the process to maintain peace and keep open sea lanes and airway over the South China Sea, Macros told reporters and sidelines of the APEC summit in San Francisco. Marcos said he voiced concerns over incidents between Chinese and Philippines vessels, including one collision. He said he also raised a Filipino fishermen. Filipino fishermen have complained that the Chinese coast guards and maritime militia ships are preventing them from fishing in parts of the Philippine 200-mile exclusive economic zone. Marcos said he and Xi are in agreement that geopolitical problems should not be the defining element of the two countries' relationship. Since taking office in 2022, Marcos has pursued warmer ties with the United States and Treaty ally, in contrast with the pro-Beijing stance of his procedures. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Workshop on protecting food safety in Asmara conducted. Week of students at Parseka School. Israeli airstrikes killed 32 in South Gaza, aimed calling for civilians to flee. And Philippines Marcos meet with Chinese Sea to find ways to reduce South China Sea tensions. That is all with our local and international news. Dear viewers, thanks for watching and have a good night.